arms down. Look at what this man's shirt says.
I saw that.
I so love and appreciate that you would wear that shirt because you know the conversation that I'm interested in having.
For sure, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
There's so much in both of you that the average person who knows us through the camera wouldn't know the depth of our thinking and the fact that my brother can drop a tear in a second, right?
Yeah.
In ways that just are so honest and pure and manly.
Right. And human.
And that part.
Yeah.
You know, the book, The Inner Fitness Revolution, the intention is to revolutionize the human part.
Right.
So that we can stop pretending and performing and feeling like there really are people who don't experience anything.
Right. Men hide their emotions and all of that stuff, but you know, that's very unhealthy. It causes stress, it causes high blood pressure, it causes all of these things that happen into your body, you know, and if you're not able to express, if you're not able to emote, you're not able to get it out, then, you know, it can lead to an early death. You know, I mean, honestly, it can lead to a lot of catastrophic things in your life, man. So, yeah, I cry.
And black women are taught to be strong. And we're not allowed to be vulnerable.
Right.
Because that shows weakness.
Yeah.
So we internalize it as well.
Right.
So we internalize that and make ourselves weak.
Yeah, exactly. That's the ironic part about it. Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
performing, you know, having that job, making that money. I think that so many of us took the idea of we are our ancestors' dream and assigned to it education and money. And then it left out all of the pearls of community and connection with self and all of that.
Right.
And so we got a lot of people who are making a lot of money
Yeah.
and a lot of educated people making a lot of money.
Right.
And spiritually bankrupt.
And that is not, you know, talking about anybody. That's the state of our country.
Yeah. We're masking with whatever the cars and the houses and the shoes and all of that. But there are things inside of us that, you know, that really need to come out and that needs to be expressed and needs to be emoted, you know, so yeah.
My question for you is, at what point did you become aware of the need to go from pretense to a more authentic self? And I'm assuming that you had to make that journey.
It was. And you know what? Honestly, it came in my acting, right? I remember I used to go to auditions and I used to try to put on like this, you know, whatever people wanted, this, you know, this Isle of Negritude accent. And somebody told me.
Yeah, we need a moment for that. That was good. I'm gonna use that one.
Yeah. But then I remember my friend who was reading with me, he was like, man, you know, you got a really cool accent. Why don't you just try to do it like Omar? And that was a breakthrough. I was like, you know what, man? I'm putting on all these masks all the time. Maybe I could just be me. I've studied. I've had great parents who've filled in me all of this knowledge and all of this love and all of these experiences that I can really bring out. I don't have to be what people are expecting, you know. I can just be exactly who I am. And in my acting and in my real life. And then my acting had a big breakthrough. And then in my life, I had a big breakthrough because people who I just started to meet, you know, I didn't have to put on the mask that Shakespeare says, you know, all the world's a stage and everybody wears a mask or whatever it is. We don't have to do that. We can actually be myself at all times and just give you exactly who I am.
It's so beautiful because what I just heard you say with the mask is you no longer chose to be an idea of you.
Right.
You decided to be yourself.
Yeah, exactly. And the good thing about everybody is there's not another one of you out there. I don't care if you're a twin. There's not another soul like you. So if I can just be myself and don't try to be like Sam Jackson or Wendell Pierce or whoever I looked up to, then, you know, they're like, it's that Omar thing. Yeah, it's that Omar thing. You know, it's the only one of them that's like that.
You feel the space that the universe has waiting for you.
Yes.
Which is why you were born.
Right. Yes, yeah. Yes.
Because you were a divine idea.
For sure.
And if we don't show up in our authentic expression, then what's going to fill that idea that called us forth?
Yeah, that's true. That is the truest thing, yes.
Tammy, was there a time when you were performative and then you made a decision that you wanted to be more authentic and real? Because I experience you as deliciously authentic.
Thank you. I've always been authentic.
Oh, so
I've
you were
never-
annoying.
No. I'm gonna tell
But this has always been you.
Oh,
Got a
you
head
didn't,
start,
you didn't
huh?
grow into this.
my family, we are brutally honest. You can't
That's beautiful.
pretend, be not authentic anywhere. They're gonna see through it. The problem is I would be, and still I would do the self-degradation thing. I'm like, I'm gonna show you my flaws before, and I'm gonna tell you my flaws before you see it. And I'm still working through that even now.
This
So,
culture that we live in supports that.
man,
You know, it is, if you watch social media, if you watch the news, you will see that you'll get a whole lot more likes if you're talking about something being wrong with you or something being wrong,
yeah.
right? But dare to talk about joy being possible in the midst of what people consider difficulty, nobody wants to hear that.
Right.
And I feel that that's part of the revolution, is that the more we can honor ourselves, be Omar,
Right.
because Omar has innate value,
Right.
then we get the honor of showing up
That's right.
and fulfilling a greater idea of ourselves.
Right. Yeah.
That just sounds so beautiful.
It did. You did a great job.
Yeah.
I mean,
You should write a book.
Let me ask you this. If I wrote a book,
Yeah.
would you read it?
Yeah, I read the last one.
You read The Little Book of Big Lies.
I did. I actually, it read me.
Meaning you listened to
Yes, I listened to
it. Really?
it. Yes.
I read it too. I remember I was on the plane. I was like, dang, I didn't know this. And Tina
You just,
did
thought
that.
she
It's
was,
like,
you just thought she was a pretty face.
your book had an impact on a lot of people. It did.
Well, thank you for the invitation. I'm
Yes,
glad to be
thank
here.
you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
This is the year of, I think in the Chinese calendars, the year of the snake. The year of the snake is shedding of things. And I believe that 2025, you're shedding things. All in things you think you want and you don't need. They're just falling off.
I love you, Tammy, because you, both of you, I would like you to think about something, you know, that you're shedding. As part of the Inner Fitness Project, at the core of the book, there are 14 practices. And ultimately, we navigate this thing called life by being aware of who we are in the moment. And we change when we discover that who we are in the moment is no longer serving us, right? And then we decide that we want something more.
Right.
Amen.
I've seen you do that,
Right. Oh, yes. Yes.
right?
Yes.
So these 14 practices, I feel about them the way you just spoke about the Chinese calendar, or you know, that is for us, that is calling us. It's undeniable, and if we just pay attention, the messages, the information, the interaction with that thing that is greater than us happens.
Right.
So can we play a game real quick? And I want to lay out cards
Okay.
and have you pick cards.
You give me a reading?
Now, is it tarot?
You're going to give yourself a reading.
Oh,
Yourself a reading.
Okay.
Right?
Let's
And,
go.
see, and what I love about that is you know what's going on in your life.
Right.
Yeah.
And when you pull a card, you know what area of your life it is speaking to.
Yeah.
Okay, pick a card.
Okay.
All right, let's see.
What does that say?
I can choose a self-empowering response in any situation. Yes.
Yeah? Is there something in your life?
You know what? I tell you, you talk about the shedding stuff, and I was like, all right, man, I gotta really stop blaming other people and shifting blame.
Ooh,
Right?
you better come on with
I
that
gotta
one.
stop that, cause you know it's like, man, you know, we're the masters of our own fate.
Yes.
You know,
Take
you
accountability.
gotta take accountability for stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that's me self-empowering and taking it away from anybody else. It's me. It's on me. Let me do it. Let me strengthen myself to be better at what I can be and everything that I can be. So I think what it is the blaming. I need to start to do it myself and just push everything else out the way. Yes.
And still be loving about it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Be
you know,
loving,
like,
self-loving, but it's like you got to be critical to yourself.
Yeah,
Like, hey,
critical
listen.
in a loving way.
Yeah, don't blame this person for X, Y, and Z.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
give myself some empowering. You know,
Absolutely.
empowerment.
We talked about the Little Book of Big Lies, but that surviving self, you know, that lives in all of us, the surviving, thriving, and infinite, the surviving self,
Right.
absolutely 1000% is on the playing field when we are blaming, manipulating, projecting,
Right.
protecting, and attacking,
Right,
you know,
right.
and judging,
And judging.
right?
Yeah.
Because it says that you are responsible,
Right.
so that I don't have to be.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
And the fact that you can acknowledge, that you have been blaming,
Yeah.
even if you slip into blame, even if you find yourself being led by the surviving self, you're somebody who can say, oh, I just woke up this morning and realized I've been running with my surviving self. That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
It is beautiful.
Yeah.
Can you read yours?
I practice the art of forgiveness with myself and others.
Yeah.
So this is something that is one of the things that I'm working on this year. So it doesn't surprise me that I grabbed this. I am very good at forgiving other people, but forgiving myself, you should know better. You had a great mother and a great father who loved on you. You have a lot of things that a lot of other people don't have. How dare you? How dare you make a mistake? How dare you make a wrong move? How dare you?
How dare you be human?
How dare you be human? I am good for throwing myself on the cross and crucifying. Great for that. Great for that. So I'm learning how to forgive me as well as forgive other people.
Yeah. What's interesting about self-attack is so much of it is disguised. The truth is, when we self-attack, it's because we are trying to measure up to some idea that usually is outside of ourselves and belongs to other people.
Right.
So we are spending our entire life trying to be acceptable to people and things outside of ourselves, to the point that we are willing to kick ourselves to the curb.
Right.
Well, that was a mic drop moment. Yes, ma'am. I need these cards, ma'am.
That was fun, right?
was.
Yeah.
And just imagine, no matter where you are in your life, laying out a deck and pulling the card so that you can see how your universe wants to navigate.
This would be a great dinner party.
It
This would be for real. Yeah. Oh.
And okay, so why do you say it would be a great dinner party?
I'm with the right people. But
Yeah.
I mean, just a conversation starter, and just,
Real conversation.
people can open up.
One of the things that I think we yearn for, which is why the time that we spent together was so comforting, right? It felt like family fast, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
Yes.
Because you could show up. And the reason that this would be a fantastic conversation starter is that so many people don't have a connection to themselves or no space. They don't have other people in their lives where they can have a conversation that is vulnerable and speaks to who they are at their core.
Right. Gotta get a new circle sometimes.
Yeah, I know.
Gotta get a new circle. If you can't speak to who you are,
Yeah.
I don't have to be just like everybody else. We don't have the same insights and like-mindedness, but I do want to be able to be free around my people, whoever I choose to spend time with.
That's right.
I will tell you that is so important to me that I don't know how to do it the way you want me to do it. I only know how to be myself.
Yeah.
And I don't want to sacrifice being myself in order for you to like me.
Right. I'm not doing it anyway. Yeah.
It feels like an attack
Right.
on me,
Right.
right? And if I attack myself in that way, in order to be acceptable to you, then what can you do to me?
Right. Yeah.
True.
If I don't have a boundary for myself,
Yeah.
then what can you do to me?
Right. Yeah.
I think that's one of the biggest things for challenges for me in this business is there are so many folks that do wear the mask and in life, but it seems like it's compounded in our field. To find folks that are just real and normal and whatever normal is, and just are looking to grow, and looking to extend consciousness and expand and humanity and all those things. It's very, very difficult. I'm not going to say it's impossible because I do believe that God will bring more people into my life that are like-minded that way, that love the business and have purpose in it as well. Right. Not just where it's all self-serving. And so I do have a small circle, but it is minuscule.
Yeah.
And these people feed me and I feed them too. But I'm always open to adding someone new. I'm not completely closed to that because I do feel like there are people who need the opportunity to see what it might be like to let the mask down.
So does that mean that maybe you'll return my calls more?
Tina! You over here lying? Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, so and now you're
Yeah,
calling
you
me a
are.
liar.
Yes, you are.
She's
I
besmirching your goodness.
Y'all, she is lame. Okay? I already returned her call.
Okay.
Thank
I
you.
made a joke.
Oh, that was a
I
joke.
made a joke.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you navigate
Yeah.
this business really well.
Oh my God. You do.
And I see you maintaining who you are.
Yeah.
How?
Yeah.
Yes.
How?
Like it really is just being myself. And like you said, I've never met a friend I didn't meet, right?
Yeah.
But my circle, my crew is supremely tight.
Okay.
People who I trust with my life and my family.
Yeah.
I have a group of friends who we lay our burdens down by the riverside.
Okay.
And the riverside is us.
Yeah.
This is exactly what's going on in my life. This is what it is. But I have a tendency, I can just talk to anybody. I like talking to people.
But how do you do that and not take on that stuff that they have?
I don't care about their stuff. I mean,
You just...
no, what it is, I think that people see me and like, oh man, he's a fun person to hang around.
So
he's
fun.
a good time. But the people who are not supremely tight with me, they don't bring me their stuff. Now, I talk to Taylor Lifford on the phone for 2 hours. Easily.
Yeah.
And every time we talk for 2 hours.
It's easy
and
to
we
do.
always say, okay, I'm about to get off. Oh, but one more thing. It's like, you know what I'm saying? I can do that all day long
Yeah.
to people who, you know, who are that person
Yeah.
who's in that
That
inner
you
circle,
resonate
who I
with.
resonate with or who I trust like
Yeah.
that, you know? So everybody ain't bringing it to me, you know? And then they do, I care, but
That's your self-empowering choice.
yeah.
That's the card you
Yeah.
drew. In those moments,
Yeah.
you can hold on to yourself and not really care about where they are.
And look,
Superpower.
and then by the time we're about
a superpower.
4
That's a superpower.
or 5 drinks in, they stop caring. That's the trick. See? Yeah, I just try my best. I navigate it very well. I do.
sir.
And it's because that's how I live my whole life. Whether I was a bartender, whether I was a football player, no matter what it is, I just am the same, you know. I try to bring people's energy up, and that does drain you sometimes. Trust me, it does. When you're trying to be the energy, I'll be 50, you know, this year. I can't keep doing it. Just can't keep, you know, giving like that.
Yeah.
So, but you know,
You can make a self-empowering choice.
make a
going
self-empowering
forward.
choice. Yeah, just like
When-
especially when I have a
when
brand
you-
new baby.
Yeah.
It's like, man, he takes all my energy right now.
Yes. Tell us about this baby who's not quite a year yet.
No, he's like what, 8 months? He's just the best, man. He is, man. Like, it's changed my whole life. It's funny because when I had Olivia, my 25-year-old, I was running hard, you know, in the streets, this, that, and the other. She made me slow down. You know what I'm saying? That's really when everything career-wise started, you know, coming open for me. So then when, you know, 25 years later, my daughters are out of my house. One of them is a junior in college. One of them just got engaged. So it's like, okay, it's time to get back in the streets, have fun, party. Then this boy comes along. Sit your ass down.
That's right.
Where
That's
you
right.
going, old man?
But Omar, what you said, that you had Olivia,
Yes.
it made you have to sit your ass down.
Yes.
And then your career started happening.
Version, yes.
Right?
Yes.
Message.
Right? So it's like we get it backwards.
Yeah.
We think that the running and the chasing,
Ooh, Tina.
right? But it's the becoming still.
It's the focus. You have to be at home right now. You know, it's funny, you know, 25 years ago, I wanted to be an actor, wanted to be television, Broadway, film, all of that stuff. 25 years later, I want to produce movies. I want to produce television. I want to direct commercials. And it's like, okay, well, I did those 25 years, maybe a bang up 25 years. I've done some of the best work in American television and film history. Been in some of the best projects. So these next 25 years, I'm putting things together. I'm putting stuff together. I'm putting projects together. I got this one, meetings with this studio, with that studio, because now I can focus and sit my ass down.
That's more than a word.
It is.
It's more than a word, because what I hear in that is your connection with yourself being strong enough to allow you to change the
Yes.
dream.
To pivot.
Yeah.
A lot of folks become identified with who they have been.
Right.
And particularly if who they have been comes with some level of celebrity. But to actually sit your ass down and let more, you know, that thriving and infinite range that is in us,
Right.
dare to meet your heart and your mind. Sitting still gives us the space so that something more can come through.
Exactly.
That's what we're here to do anyway. We co-creating with God.
Yes.
Co-creating.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So in growing, you can't continue to do the same thing. Isn't that insanity? That's the definition of insanity.
And that's how most people are living their lives. And I'm not saying that in a judgmental way.
No, I get it. They just don't have the awareness or to allow themselves to do that. Because who am I if I'm not this thing?
Right.
Who am I now?
Celebrity's overrated. I mean, you can get to the best.
There's some great perks.
There are perks to it, but it's after a while, you're like,
Absolutely.
It's like,
Absolutely.
I got it.
I'd love to hear your thoughts on celebrity, and then we're going to move to this last little piece that I'm excited about.
Really the only thing that I have to say about it is a good thing to me where I've come to my life. It is a good thing if you use it to help people.
That's very true. Yes.
So that's what it means to me now. So if it starts to come more, then I have the responsibility now for myself to give back.
I tell you, like over the last couple of years, I've been able to do like a couple of these game shows. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Yeah.
Just did Jeopardy, doing these, and it's always for charity. And the charity I specifically give to, they really need it, and it's where I came from, and that does make me feel good that because I am on a television or on a movie screen, that I'm able to do something for those kids. You know what I'm saying? To be able to do something for that community. That makes me feel so good. That to me is Tammy, it's right. It's the best thing about celebrity. I mean, the Gucci shoes ain't that bad.
Okay, I'm going to just say this about celebrity. I love it, and I know what it is, and I know what it is not.
Yes.
And it is so much on the not side.
Yes.
What it is not what I'm chasing.
Yeah.
I oftentimes forget that people know this face, and I love that, which means I'm not identified with them recognizing me.
Right.
Okay, so our producer did a little sleuthing. And this final way of spending delicious, wonderful time with you is I'm going to hand you these.
Okay.
Alrighty? So.
Oh my Jesus. Oh Lord.
What would you tell that person today?
I would tell this guy, man, be prepared for the most fun, sad, amazing, pathetic, tremendous roller coaster ride you'll ever be on in your life.
That is so beautiful.
Yeah.
And how old are you in that picture?
I might be, this might be like 8 years old, maybe.
Let me see.
Yeah.
I tell you something. This particular picture is hanging up in my office. I need to call my mom as soon as we wrap. My father passed 2 years ago on January the 11th. My brother passed 3 years prior, January the 11th.
Wow, same date?
Same date, man. That was a really rough. It was rough for me this year. Now, I'll tell you the truth, I really haven't gotten over it. And I just, I've been processing. But, man, like I miss these guys. I love my mom, but man, this is like, this time of my life was so precious. And it's like so innocent. This woman can never do any wrong. She's an angel. I've never met anybody quite like her in my life. My wife is she's awesome. She is tremendous.
Yes, she is.
And I think that's how our son will look at her. Man, but she's, I'm gonna call her as soon as I get out of here. Yeah.
That's beautiful. And what I love that you shared with your younger self is that life is all of those things. It's all of those things. And being able to ride it and have fun.
Yeah.
That's when you know you're thriving.
Yes, for sure. Yeah.
What's the saying? that life is not happening to you, it's happening for you.
Yeah. And I actually in the book say that it's happening through us.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, no doubt.
Right?
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
happening through us.
Through us.
It called us.
Yeah.
So let's hear and see that picture.
I think I was about 23 here.
Oh.
And I look the same.
You do look the same. That's crazy.
Yes, you do, Tammy.
I would tell her to trust herself more, to trust the decisions she needs to make. I didn't do that a lot of the time, and
Up until now.
up until now. But that's what I would tell her.
But from this point forward,
Yes, from this point forward,
That's what
it's
you would tell
okay.
her.
It's okay.
That's right.
You did all right.
Yeah.
But we're gonna do
More
better
than
now.
all right.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
We're gonna do better now.
you know more, you do better.
Yes, exactly. That's what I would tell her.
So here's what I want to say to the both of you, one at a time. I feel so honored to have you in my life. You, Omar, when I think of you navigating this thing called life, having fun the whole time, I can't think of a better way of getting through it, you know, which is, it's exciting because that's available for everyone.
Yeah.
If we just know how to use our mind better and make those self-empowering choices. But you modeled that, right? And there are times that I say, I could use a little bit of Omar
Yeah.
right this moment.
I think we all do.
You know?
Yeah.
Honey Bunny, every single conversation that I have with you, I discover more of you. And that tells me that we are in a good relationship. I appreciate that your humor and your fullness of presence is shared so unrestrained or without restraint. I now find out that you don't know how to restrain yourself, you know, but that's okay, because that's a superpower. Being yourself is a superpower. And to hear you share that what you want in this year of shedding is more grace for this part of you that is so delicious. I say thank you for sharing that. I'm happy to be a part of your life, and I look forward to more conversations so that I can learn even more about that vast range that lives inside of you.
Thank you.
I love you.
I love you.
Love you too.
Thank you.
Thank you for staying for this conversation. If your life is calling you to be better from the inside out, the Inner Fitness Revolution awaits.